Hello and welcome to a completely unrelated video to this channel, since I upload so often. I kind of wanted to make a different video. This one's kind of wanted to share my thoughts and my experience on my journey to sobriety. And it's something I've wanted to do for a while now, because alcohol has really caused a lot of damage in my life. And it's just something I want to just move on from. It started due to having a stressful job. I I work a high stress job, fast paced, tight deadlines, fast moving. It's long hours in a construction field, and it's very stressful. And I thought I could cope with it by drinking alcohol. It takes the edge off, helps you decompress. But then that simple thing of a beer here or there turned into a full-blown problem. I've been having anywhere from 8 or 10 drinks every night. Every night. There's no one day where I don't drink. Like, I drink every night. And this has been going on for a few years now. It's down to a point where things have kind of started getting a little weird in my head. Like, I've lost interest in a lot of things. I've thought about things, and it's not really a mindset I want to be in. So I decided that I have to do this. I am determined to do this, and I will do this. I used to smoke, and that's also another habit that at some point got out of control. It started off with just cigarette here and there, just kind of relax you or whatever it's supposed to do. I got to a point where I was smoking 2 packs a day. And then it turned into I wasn't smoking because I felt like I wanted to, but it's more like I felt like I had to. And all it did to me was just, besides having zero benefit at all, I was frail. I was out of shape. I was underweight. Hardly ate anything. I remembered, like, I would eat like once every 3 days. It was not a good place to be. And I said enough is enough. And I decided to stop. I quit cold turkey. I went from 2 packs a day to nothing. It was absolute hell. It was the hardest time in my life to quit that much. Miserable, absolutely miserable. But I did it. And I'm extremely proud of that. Got myself you know, back into shape, started riding bicycles and, kind of rebuild myself up from where I was, you know. And it's been a couple of years. It's been like maybe 3 years since I quit smoking. I'm extremely proud of that. And that's the same thing I want to do with alcohol. I just want to stop doing it. I've had enough. And I've done a lot of research on this. And I just kind of learned something new every time. Like, I wasn't aware that alcohol would change your brain chemistry due to its depressive effect. That's why if you're a heavy drinker and you just stop cold turkey, you could get seizures. And one that stood out was delirium tremens, which is potentially fatal if untreated. And that's like seizures, high blood pressure. It affects your breathing. It's pretty scary stuff. And that's what I want to avoid. I don't want any of that. I don't want to end up in the hospital because I'm having a seizure or a heart attack. And also the fact that high blood pressure is one of the symptoms. I have a history of high blood pressure. Like, this is already pretty. I have to tread with caution on this and really figure out what's the best course of action. So everything I've learned is everything I've just done research on. I am doing this by myself. I have no support. It's just me doing this. So I'm hoping it actually works and I can pull this off, because I don't want to relapse. Because there's also this other thing called the kindling effect, where if you go through alcohol withdrawal, but then you relapse, and then you go through it again, it's worse every time afterwards. I don't want that. I just want to stop and be done with it. So what I did is another thing I read about, which is a taper. And I already did a week of this taper. When I started, I went from 8 drinks down to 6. I didn't feel like this was a good idea, because very quickly my body fought me on this pretty hard. That night I had insomnia. I slept for maybe an hour. Pounding headache. And some anxiety. Like, just anxious. That following day, it was miserable. Tightness in my chest. I felt like I was going to have a full-blown anxiety attack. I felt like I was going to die. And that's from going from 8 drinks to 6. It was pretty scary. So I decided to slow down my taper a little bit. So instead of going from 8, 6, 4, 2, and then nothing, I went 8, 6, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To kind of just ease into it, kind of give my body a chance to adjust. And subsequently, throughout the days, I mean, it got a little bit better. I do remember the following night, I had these crazy, vivid dreams that were just weird. Like I don't remember what they were. I can't even describe them, but they were vivid. And then I remember that sometime throughout the night I woke up because I felt like something was just like crawling on me. I felt my arms and on my face. Like I got out of bed and like I was looking around like what is that? That was like the weird thing. I mean afterwards throughout the week, I mean started feeling okay. Some days throughout the taper, there were some days like I felt hungover. I felt dehydrated. I just felt tired. But generally I felt fine. Um I did go on a bike ride. It was a nice day outside. I did like 15 miles round trip, came back, and I was okay. Tried to stay hydrated, drank some electrolytes, and that seemed to help too. So throughout it, I feel like I have more energy. I also feel like I'm more social. Don't really like to talk to people, but now it feels different. Like I'm more talkative with people, which is different. Um, so as of today, this is my final day of the taper. I had one drink, 112 fluid ounce beer, about 4 hours ago now. I feel a little bit buzzed, which is pretty interesting because this was from 4 hours ago. Feel kind of buzzed still, but I feel okay. I feel like I can think more clearly. I feel more self-aware. Just cool, I guess. Um, so yeah, this is my last day of this taper. Tomorrow will be the first day all free. I'll see how that goes. I'm hoping this taper worked because it was a week. I mean, this was a week long from heavy drinking for a few years. So I'm hoping that this was enough time to kind of readjust a bit. Um, I couldn't find information on this. I assume that with the taper, I guess I assume you're supposed to experience withdrawal symptoms as you're going. And I guess at the same time, in a way, you're kind of self-medicating those withdrawal symptoms because you're still drinking alcohol, but just less and less of it. So I'm hoping that I don't get too crazy withdrawal symptoms after tomorrow. And I've read that 48 to 72 hours is the time frame where you would get withdrawals. I don't know if that still applies to the taper or not. I mean, if it does, I hope they're not too bad, because I kind of went slowly. A lot of information that I read up on are from detox centers and rehab centers. So I assume that the 48 to 72 hour figure is if you were to quit cold turkey. And then during that time is when you get like the symptoms, which is why they have like these patient programs where they'll watch you 24/7 as you go through withdrawals. And then if something happens, they'll give you like benzos or something. But since I tapered it out, I'm hoping that if nothing's too crazy in that time frame. I guess we'll see. I guess time will tell. I don't know. Yep, just hoping for the best, and I guess that's it. Hopefully I'll soon have my life back. I'll pick up interest on things again. Maybe do some more videos, because I kind of miss doing that. That was fun. I had a good time. Pick up on that again and go from there. Well, thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated down in the comments if anybody cares on how it's going. And we'll see. All right.